don't mean you're supposed to be rude to the foreigners. Why do you treat like a white man better because you think he has more money, or because he's a foreigner, or because he's white and you're black and African, but yet you want... Welcome to my video. I'll be talking about my experience moving from Kenya to the UK. Thank you so much for clicking on this, and please show some love, you know, like, share, subscribe, comment, you know, all that. Please do it, please. Let's get to it. So I moved when I was just turning 16, and I remember the day I was traveling by myself. I had a stopover at Belgium. It wasn't a direct flight, and I remember being so terrified at the airport, like, what if someone kidnaps me? You know, what if my parents never find me? I was so fucking terrified. But I made it successful. I made it. Every single aspect of my life changed. Every single one that you can imagine. Every single thing changed for me. So let's get into the nitty gritty, bitty itsy of it. So the first thing that I'm going to compare is the weather. England's weather is shit. Very, very shit. Like, very shit. If you're into cold weather, then England is the place for you. If you're into shitty, rainy, windy, like cold, even right now it's July. Apparently it's supposed to be summer, but it's cloudy outside. It's cloudy and dark and cold and raining, and I feel robbed of my summer. I really miss the weather in Kenya, especially because I used to live in Kisumu, which was really hot. At the time, I didn't enjoy it, but it gets too hot. Yeah, Kisumu as well, it gets really, really hot. My God. You have to sleep with the windows open, and then there's mosquitoes as well. So it's like, what am I gonna do here? Sleep with the window open and get fisted on, or just die of heat? The weather, I prefer Kenya's weather much better. Well, maybe I can say Nairobi. Nairobi isn't too bad. It can be cold sometimes, but not as cold as England. But it can get cold. But when it gets sunny, it's nice as well. It's not too hot, like you're walking around with sweat, just, you know, sweat dripping down like Kisumu. Oh, Kisumu is really hot, man. Yeah, so the weather, I prefer Kenya's. The second thing is the food. The food. I miss Kenya's food so much. Every single food, every single thing. Never thought I would miss ugali. You know, when I was younger and you're being forced to eat ugali, I never thought there would come a time where I would miss this. But okay, there's maize flour where you can make ugali, but it's not real ugali. It's not the real ugali. It's just like fake ass ugali. I miss all the Kenyan street foods. I miss the fruits. The natural fruits are not GMOs. You know, fruits in this country are either imported or GMOs. Like the bananas, they ain't real at all, man. Unless they're fair trade, which is imported from other countries. I would say another good thing about Kenya that I miss and I love is the nightlife. The club scene, everything just about the nightlife there is way better. Obviously, in terms of the clubs and all that, the music. I enjoy Kenyan music way more, and it's good to be around people who also feel the same. In Kenyan clubs, they play all sorts of music. Obviously, they play Kenyan, Jamaican, R&B, hip hop, house, all of it. But it's still much. I found Kenyan DJs to be way better than DJs from this country. I don't know, maybe it's just a preference. I'm not saying it's, but it's just a preference. That's that. Social life as well. I prefer Kenya's social life compared to the UK. Why? Because in Kenya, you can have neighbors that you talk to, that you know, like able to help. Here, no one talks to it. We don't talk to each other here. We do not talk to each other. Might have a neighbor and you've never even seen their face. You know they're there, but you've never seen their face. It's like everyone for himself. Everyone for himself. Kenya, utajiona na watu. There's a committee in the estate. Although it's also not good because people start gossiping about your life. They start getting too much into your life, which isn't a good thing. It's good to have privacy. Well, I really struggled making friends when I came to this country. and I was the only black African girl there. So you can imagine, I'm not trying to set myself or anything, but it was really hard, I have to say. I didn't know what they're talking about. I would sit next to them during lunch and I don't even know what they're talking about, because that's not really what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the social life in Kenya is way better. And maybe I'm saying that because I'm Kenyan. I mean, obviously I would get along better with other Kenyans than I would with other people. It's good to meet different people, different cultures, interact with them, learn about their culture. The UK, obviously it's a more developed country than my country. They're far ahead in education wise, healthcare, transport, everything, you name it. They're much far ahead, and the economy as well. Kenya is so damn corrupt. So it's so deep rooted. I don't know how long it will take for us to ever get past it. So this story on the media about some politician who shot a guy in the club, where there's a full packed club, where there's so many people, there's so many witnesses. Actually there was a camera that captured it. That's how we saw how everything happened. And guess what? He's walking scot-free. Nothing has been done to him. He hasn't been arrested. What about the guy? He was in hospital for months on end. I think he's even paralyzed as of this moment, with bills piling up. Yet the person who attacked him and shot him is walking scot-free. Why? Because he has lots of money, or because he knows people, he knows the judges? I don't know. It's just the corruption. It's sickening. It's sickening to the core. Along with police brutality, where you find that the police will abuse their power and they'll just harm common people. I saw the other day, it was about what, a curfew. The asses are getting kicked and beaten up by police because they're late to get home. These people are supposed to protect the citizens of the country. They're supposed to protect wananchi, the common wananchi, but what do? They take their power and abuse it and use it to terrorize people. It's so wrong. I feel like the corruption is our biggest disease. It's our biggest, if that was to go away, I think most things would change. Healthcare, education, even education. Look, I don't want to do a whole rant on this because there's a whole lot of things to say on that. Most English people are very polite and well-mannered. That's just a fact. They are. I've met a few rude ones. I've met a few cynical ones. In my experience, most of them are really polite and nice. And you even saw, when you had the Black Lives Matter movement, so many of them came out to support.
Gardens. In Leicester, they were fewer, which allowed those gathered to stay 2 meters apart.
Racist. Some of them are racist, not all of them. You really just have to find the good in life. You can't complain about, no, black people have been through a lot. We get discriminated against. This is a whole other topic. I'm digressing. So something else I love about it's the good customer service. If you go to a place and you need to be attended to, most of the time, not all of the time, most of the time, people will be nice to you and attend to you in the way that you need. But my country, Kenya, I remember the few times that I've been back at the airports, people are just so rude. You're working at the airports, but you're nicer to foreigners than you are to your own people. I don't mean you're supposed to be rude to the foreigners, but you're nicer to them than you are to your own people. Why? I don't get it. Why do you treat a white man better because you think he has more money, or because he's a foreigner, or because he's white? I don't get it. And you're black and African, but yet you want to mistreat your fellow African. If you're traveling in Kenya, let's say, and you lose a luggage, or unless you're really important, unless they know you as someone really important, they're gonna treat you like shit. You won't even get the help that you need. And it's so sad, man. It's really sad. Even when you go to shops, just anywhere, any point of customer service, anything that you may need, you might not get the help that you need most of the time. I'm not saying all of the time. Some people are good, some people are nice, but most of the time you find that these people will be so rude to you. They'll give you an attitude. They might even just, you will not get the help that you need. Yeah, all sorts of customer service, even the police themselves. Again, the police who are supposed to help you, when you call them, they might say to you like,
utatoa pesa ya gari ya mafuta.
can you imagine? You're in an emergency, but someone is telling you to provide money for fuel, for them to come and help you. What they're supposed to do.
What is the funding from the government then? What is that about? What is that helping you with?
I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I would say the customer service and how people are supposed to treat others, it just needs to be better. And it's not just that. Even on social media, there's a bullying. I know bullying is everywhere. Embarrassing people in public, embarrassing people on the internet. And Kenyans think it's okay to do that. Yeah, I think it's just so toxic and they're so used. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, show love, guys.